Hello and welcome to episode 33 of my Let's Play Kerbal. This is Vanilla Minecraft. Get mixed up there for a second. Anyway, instead of launching ships, we're placing blocks. And as you can probably see from this, I managed to get this to, well, I think it works anyway. I haven't really tested it too much. But I went ahead and hooked up the monostable circuit. So when this thing's empty, it will send a pulse to this, switching it, allowing it to move the minecart. I've adjusted it a bit so that the torch is over here and powers it like this, powers the rail like that. So that way I can have this block here, which I prefer to the way I had it before, which was open. Done quite a bit since I've last recorded, although not too much. It was mostly cosmetic, I think, for the most part. Anyway, I did some stuff. We'll just go with that. I've been doing a lot of caving to try to light up the caves around here to get more gunpowder. So, I've been using vines while caving, because, you know, they grow and they're quite useful for caving, actually, or at least in theory they're useful for caving. So I started growing vines here to kind of create a little vine farm. Let's see. I had a villager up there that wanted some raw chicken in exchange for emeralds. So I built this down here with this rather interesting noise. This is my semi-automated chicken farm. Anyway, as you can see, we have a crap ton of chickens there. They're sitting on top of a hopper that's collecting eggs at the moment. Shit ton of eggs. Yeah, I got more eggs than I really know what to do with, and as you can hear, we got popping every few seconds. But anyway, here's how I turned them all into raw chicken. That there, block that off. I'll just go ahead and put these over here. Wow, that was it? Just two? Okay. Anyway, I can now remove this and reclaim this water. And I discovered something rather interesting while working on this. The hopper actually pulls in whole stacks at a time when it's picking them up like that, rather than the way it used to do it, which was one item at a time. And that was not as much raw chicken as I've gotten previously. Anyway, so once all those chickens have been turned into some raw chicken and feathers, I can get more by flipping this switch here, and it just starts hatching all these eggs into chickens. I'll just flip that off because I don't really need so much at the moment. I will remove this eventually. This was kind of meant to be temporary. Although I would like to build a more permanent cow farm, at least a semi-automatic cow farm. Now that with the latest snapshot they have added a way to sort out adult animals from baby animals, because now baby animals have much less of a much smaller hitbox, so they can fit through spaces that the adults cannot. And while it would actually be a bit more useful the other way around, it's still fairly useful and has its advantages. Now, while idling up there, I get a crap ton of zombie flesh down here. As you can see, lots of it. So, to come up with a solution for that, I've been working on an item filter that would filter out the zombie flesh and destroy it. I've been using iron here as in my tests because I have a shit ton of iron. Basically what it is I have a repeater here with 15 or level 15 redstone signal going into the side. So it has to be about a level 15 signal worth coming out of this in order for it to trigger, which goes to this what is currently a dropper. I was originally trying to use these eggs since I had so many of them, but I switched over to iron because needed stacks of 64. Anyway, so when this is powered, the receives a crap ton of redstone updates from this comparator. Thankfully, they fixed the bug that stopped that. I actually showed the bug that, or my discovering the bug that they've since fixed at the very end of the last episode with the fireworks thing. Anyway, so when the item that I want to filter out goes into the chest above it, it starts spitting out items. Until it's completely gone through all of that. I'll just pull that out for now. What it's actually checking is, this item hopper. So when there's less than a near full item hopper, it just starts spitting out stuff. Now, unfortunately, it seems that the dropper here dumps items out about twice as fast as the hopper is actually able to put them in, which means that if it has to handle a few stacks like this, then the item hopper will eventually start having slots open. Hopefully that won't be too much of an issue, but if it ever encounters a crap ton of zombie flesh, it's going to start pulling out crap more crap than just zombie flesh. Anyway, for the actual thing, I was planning to use a dispenser and have it go into like another rack that's on fire or something like that to destroy the zombie flesh. But since it still has some issues that need to be worked out, not going to happen for a while. See, I've collected a crap ton of TNT. That's not it. There it is. Lots of TNT to blow up the nether. I seriously doubt that this is enough, considering how much I went through the first go around. But that should make a pretty decent dent in it. However, before I go blowing holes in the nether again, I have come to the conclusion that I need a much better way of moving items around in the nether, between my base and the area that I'm clearing out. So I've also done some work in here to try to make that a bit better. Put this in here. Basically, there's a rail going on top now for storage minecarts. I'll grab a minecart here, and oh, I already had one. And we'll go have a look at that. Currently, it's only accessible from the other side. As you can see, I have also installed lights under the track and on the ceiling there. Originally, I was just going to do it on the track, but then I discovered that the lighting system that it uses meant that only the track was being lit up, so I put some lights up there. I'm also going to be running the other track onto that, so here we are. I'm also going to be running the track on top of that, so that's going to light up the item track here. It's going to go all the way down there to the station below, or to the whatever that is, the outpost. But for now, I'm going to be using it here. I'm going to be able to put minecarts with chests on this that have items in them. Well, I can put anything on it really, but that's what I want to put on it. And it's going to ride down here, all the way over to here. Oops, darn it. Just for the time being, I'm going to go ahead and fill her up with this, and I'll replace it with the proper materials later on. Okay, so it's going to come all the way up over to here and drop down this hole. I put a powered minecart here because my test runs, they just kept stopping here. So with the powered minecart, or with the powered rail, it'll push them down into here, where they will fall and land on that powered powered track, which isn't actually powered at the moment. Well, it won't be powered, that's just mainly to hold them there. And they'll stack and make it easy for me to pull the materials out. See, once this is all done, it should be able to hold 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5, maybe 6 carts, which should be sufficient. I've been debating about whether or not I should put a hopper here so that the one on the bottom at least starts to drain, so I can get that out of the way as soon as possible. But still working on that. Although it's not to the point where I can start using it to start blowing up the nether again and moving materials back here. Let's see, another couple of changes back here in the overworld. Okay, I put another brick fence all around the side here, and remove the nether stairs there in favor of the fence. Also cleaned up the area around here a bit, and put a lever on top of every furnace. And oh yeah, I've also started adding a design to the walls here. Since I already had kind of a stripe thing going over there, I completed it and made it look all intentional by putting another one going the opposite direction there. Mirrored it on this side, and also put another one of the designs over here. Tried copying it over to there as well, but it didn't quite turn out so well, so I removed it. I also made all these double chests, so they can store more items. Not that it's really necessary, just, you know, why not? Although, now that I've done that, I should probably also... well, no, because never mind. Let's see, I think there was another change around here somewhere, but I can't remember what it was. Huh. I finally put that wall there. Still have nothing connected to that one there, so this does nothing still. Well, I can't think of anything more, so I'm gonna go ahead and pause the oh, no, wait, hold it, I just remembered what it was. Haha. Up here. Boop. Yes. The pyramid. This is where I decided to put the beacon that I built. So you can see I've already set it up to have level 1 and level 2 of speed. Or I guess just level 2 speed, since they don't seem to stack, just at level 2 speed. I was debating about whether or not to have regeneration, but I don't get injured all that much around the house. I've put space here, or I built the pyramid here so that it can have 4 more. I'm planning to build a machine to gather the nether stars needed for that, rather than fighting the Nether King again. There should be another torch around there to light that up, but oh well. Anyway, I put glass going all the way through to the top there. Ah, damn taskbar. Let's get rid of that. So that way, you know, it's able to function. This kind of looks kind of cool. There we go. So, yeah, anyway. Brain just glitched. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and pause the recording until I have a bit more to show. Alright, I've made quite a bit of off-camera changes. Been kind of busy the past few days, so I haven't been able to do too much on camera. For starters, let's start with the changes around the house here. Oop. So you can see right off the bat, I have moved set up the rail to go all the way down here from up here. So this just goes all the way up to the very roof. And I was originally trying to have an intersection here so that if I flip this switch while going past it, I could divert the minecart over into the furnace room. But that didn't really work well, so I just kind of broke it. I'll figure it out later, I guess. But this house is kind of large enough to the point where I need to seriously consider putting in some sort of transit system to get around it. Because it's kind of annoying to have to run around all the time. Did some work over here. This bit hasn't changed much. But over here, on the other hand, we have our minecart going from the rail we previously had there. It's going up here, over this hopper. Now, I wasn't really quite sure how I should do this. Currently, I just have it so if there's any items in this chest, it will power this powered rail, which will send the minecart on its merry way. So, I created this rail path here. I tried to make it decorative by putting these pillars on it, or I guess I'm not sure what to call those, but they're supposed to look like they're holding it up, attaching it to the ceiling, which kind of does. Now I originally had switches underneath these pumpkins here, but they didn't really look all that great, so I've replaced them by putting a detector rail on each side, so it looks a bit nicer. Although it was a bit more redstone costly, but eh. With this setup, it's only, what, 1 redstone for every 3 of these, so that's fine. Currently, it's not hooked up to anything over here, it just comes to this dead end, which would send it right back. I've removed the bottle filling station over there. I'm going to rebuild it somewhere else. I'm thinking like down here and having a rail going from it to wherever. Let's see, that didn't actually take nearly as long as I thought it would. Alright, I'll just go ahead and, unless I can think of something else, I'll just go ahead and pop into the nether then, and, oh yeah, need to put this back down. And we'll go look at the changes that I have made there. Okay, for starters, this project here. I've spent a little bit of time trying to get more wither skulls, not much success on that part. Okay, excuse me. But it occurred to me that I should probably build this device, or at least build the mob part of the device, before I have all that cleared out. That way, they are not spawning on top of me while I'm trying to build it. Although they were actually trying to spawn on top of me while I was building it to an extent, but not nearly as badly as they would have been if there was no other place for them to start spawning. So, we'll quickly hop down here. And... no, wait, hold it. That's not where I want to go. I want to go inside of it. Okay. We'll go on the other side to get inside. Now, it's a fairly simple setup. Oops. I accidentally broke some string here. But as you can see, it's just a bunch of pistons with tripwires over them. When the tripwire gets tripped, they push. Oh shit, oh sh... Okay, now, as I was... Ah shit, I keep destroying things. And as I was saying before, I was quite rudely interrupted by death. This is basically just pistons with tripwires on them. When something spawns on these strips here, they trigger the tripwire, which causes the piston to push out, which pushes them down into here, where they fall to their death, just as I did. Now, if we go down there, currently have an entrance over here. Let's see. Unfortunately, slimes and blazes suffer no fall damage, so they have to be killed manually whenever I find them in here. Okay, anyway, as you can see, I have half slabs on top of hoppers, so anything that falls to its death, any items it drops will be collected into this chest here, where I can just climb down and pick it up. This is just a temporary solution. As you can see, I built it out of nether brick. I figure since I have a crap ton of it right now, I might as well make use of it. I'm going to go ahead and repair that real quick, and we'll go have a look at the clearing project. Okay, I don't know if I already showed this, but I've built a little outpost here to hold all the stuff that I go through. Been going through TNT like candy. And I have a cat that's getting into trouble. Anyway, let's grab some TNT, and I'll go show you the blasting procedures I've been using. Okay, oops. Well, basically I've cleared out the first level here completely with the TNT, and I started placing the TNT to clear out the second level. But I kept having constant issues with gas and zombie pigmen. Whenever I blew up a TNT, as you can see by the clearing out job I did here, every time I blew one up, they would come at me, pretty much, and I would always die. So, I realized I should be using a different tactic. So what I started using was basically a TNT drill. And just starting to cut this huge swath into the area. Goes all the way over to the other end. It's a really big hole. Anyway, how I've basically been doing that is over here. Let's see. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3. That damned cat. Okay, dispenser there, TNT here, button goes in the dispenser, and then back into my inventory. Place that on the side. Plank, 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 plank. Then I hollow this bit out without me standing on it. Okay, now when I push this button, the dispenser deploys the TNT and drills down quite nicely. And furthermore, it doesn't seem to piss off the zombie pigmen, which is kinda cool, although we'd lose pretty much all the netherrack. But as an added bonus, the dispensers here are not, cannot be harmed by gas fireballs. They seem to be blast resistant. Sorry about that. Anyway, the dispensers seem to be blast resistant enough to the gas fireballs that the gas will not damage them. Oops. Which means that I can safely store any TNT in there and not have to worry about gas destroying it. Which is really good, because I cannot say the same for any TNT that's on my person. Okay, now one of the issues though with this is I keep getting these floaty bits here, which need to be dealt with. Like so. We've still got some floaty bits, if I can just put one right there. There we go, that's probably good enough. Eventually it'll get to the point where the TNT isn't doing anything down below. We're apparently too high for it to get the very bottom layer. Kinda sucks. Okay, and once I'm done with this, just pick up the dispenser and the TNT, pull out my flint and steel, and light the wood on fire. That gets rid of the extra scaffolding without me having to chop it all down, which is kind of nice. Where'd it go? Ah, there it is. More gas tiers. And gunpowder. So, as you can see, go through lots and lots of TNT like that. But I'm getting quite a bit of this cleared. I've already gone through at least 2 large chests full of TNT. Which is a fair amount. We'll leave that there, that there, 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 that there, and that there. So, I think that pretty much covers all the changes that I've made. So, once again, I am KHM, and we'll see you in the next episode.